Yeah, Shalom, Alito, Pura Vida, Osillo. Peace and love to everybody out there. Tune in. We're just giving some other people some time just in case they're just getting the notification. Thank you for being here. Let's just vibe a little bit. Welcome everybody. Much love and respect to everybody out there. We come in peace, come with love. We're trying to unite. So please leave all your prejudices and all your stereotypes at home. Much love and respect to Joseph Levels for the beat, for the instrumental. He made a whole soundtrack for me. Been using it in all these videos. Great music in the background. Much love and respect to you, brother. Because as Jermaine says, positive energy always causes elevation. All right, let's never forget that. Too much negativity going around. Much love and respect to everybody tuned in once again. In this video, I wanted to just continue what I was doing with these videos and these colorizing these old black and white photos, and just put music and not really talk and just let people observe, not give any suggestions, not just talk and try to say who these people are just by appearance. But we do have some doubters. We do still have some people who might say, well, they don't look like me, or they don't look like that, or are you sure you're not colorizing these images, Kurimeo? So it's funny because the same people, like almost all the rest of my work. So they doubt me on this. So wouldn't you doubt me on everything else? Like, why would you believe me on any of my videos then, if I would be doing something like that? So just wanted to clear the air with this one and talk on this part 11 of this series, because I got a lot of parts coming. There's so many images, it's not gonna end, and they're gonna still keep releasing even more images that they've been hiding from us, so gotta do this. So I hate to have to explain myself, and show things, but we'll go ahead and do that right now. All right, so just bear with me. All right. So I'm at the online etymology dictionary, right? And we're reading about ignorance, which is the lack of wisdom or knowledge. Maybe some information you might not never come across. From Old French ignorance, ignorantia, want of knowledge. Maybe somebody doesn't want the knowledge. Want of knowledge. Ignoration has been used in the sense of act of ignoring. Yeah, keep ignoring. The proverb in the form where ignorance is bliss. It's tis folly to be wise. All right, so ignorance, right? We got ignorant, a person who practices to be ignorant, the ignorance, right? Lacking wisdom or knowledge, or maybe he's just unaware. Doesn't have to be a negative thing if you're unaware of some information. So I could give you the benefit of the doubt. Maybe you're unaware of certain information or certain truth. From Latin ignorantum, not knowing, ignorant. Maybe you don't know something. Present particle of ignorance, not to know, to be unacquainted. You're not unacquainted with some of this stuff. Mistake. Oh yeah, you've mistaken this person. Misunderstand. Do you really understand what we're looking at? Take no notice of, pay no attention to, from a simulated form of in, not opposite of. All right, aware, acquainted, not with, to know, notice, known. All right, and it keeps going. All right, so we basically got ignorant, right? Hopefully nobody here practices that in this chat. And what is racism? We kind of know what racism is here, right? And I mean, especially people who've been, mistreated because of this, a long history of people, being prejudiced, racist against this type of people, just for the complexion of their skin or with the way they look. And so, just want to remind everybody that you don't get rid of racism by being racist or prejudice. So be the bigger person. And I know you are, and I know a lot of people here don't practice this, so I know most of you are good with this. All right, what is Kurimeo getting to, man? What is he getting to? What's he talking about, man? All right, we're continuing the online etymology dictionary stereotype. All right, it's almost like an image that doesn't changes. It comes from the method of printing from a plate, a solid plate, solid type. A stereotype plate, image perpetuated without change, perpetuated. To make a perpetual cause to last indefinitely, or as it says here, check it out, make something typically an undesirable situation or an unfounded belief, stereotyping. All right, meaning preconceived and oversimplified notion of characteristics typical of a person or group. So, when you stereotype somebody because, oh, well, he's from here, so he must be this person. Well, his family is known to do this, so he must also be that type of person. All right, an image that never changes. All right, I know. Hopefully none of you practice that here. And the last word I want to just read here is prejudice. Right, as the noun, it says here, despite, contempt, from Old French prejudice, a prejudice, prejudgment, damage, and directly from medieval Latin prejudicium, injustice. From Latin precaudicum, prior judgment, a prior judgment, judicial examination before trial, before even knowing, damage, harm, from before, judgment, a judge, so you're judging. You're prejudging somebody. All right, meaning injury, physical harm, as in the mid 1400s, as is the legal sense of detriment or damage caused by violation of legal right. Meaning preconceived opinion. You got a preconceived opinion where you're prejudiced. You got a preconceived opinion about a certain type of people, or about how a certain type of people is supposed to look, or what a supposed type of people is, according to your preconceived opinion, not the majority. Now, usually decision formed, right? Now, what's prejudice now? A decision that was formed without due examination of the facts or arguments necessary to a just and impartial decision. All right, it's just your what? Your preconceived opinion, your prejudice. All right, your prejudice. All right. So, just want to show you guys. Just want to get that out real quick. And whoever doesn't like what I just read and it hurts them inside, well, yeah, that was for you. You know, everybody else should be good. All right. So, what do we see here? This image in black and white, right? Look at that. Who's sitting in the back? Who's sitting in the front? You guys remember this? They told us we didn't live. Well, most of us didn't live. I'm thinking during those times. Most of my fathers are like around my age group, so that's what analytics says. All right. So then we got who we got here? Abraham Lincoln and the body snatcher. Abraham Lincoln, the body snatcher actor. And we got Frederick Douglass, right? So what I'm gonna do is just to start out real quick before we get to the images. All right, is just colorize a couple of these images so you can see how I do it. I want you to see the before. All right. So which one should we start out with? Martin Luther King. So the way I colorize pictures, all right. All right. I actually got an account on myheritage.com. MyHeritage also can help you with your genealogy. All right. I use it a lot when I'm helping people with their genealogy to find certain records I can't find on Ancestry. I look right here, and a lot of the times it does come up, and it helps me fill out the tree in Ancestry. But it also has this great tool of colorizing your photos. Let me just change this into English. All right. All right. So this actually, I was reading about this. They have one of the best software technologies to colorize photos, MyHeritage, right? So it's here, colorize your heritage, right? You upload it, you just drag it. Colorize your black and white family photos automatically with the world's best deep learning technology. The world's best deep learning technology. Share with your family and friends and delight them. Great. So, you know, when I first saw this and I ran into this, I was like, wait a minute. Because I do have a lot of old black and white photos of American Indians that look so-called Negro to me, even in the black and white form, you know? And so I've been collecting these images for the last 4 to 5 years, all right? And I've been collecting them, and, you know, I've put them in a lot of my videos. Anybody who's been following me for a long time, I've been using a lot of them. And when I saw this software, I was like, wow, man, I gotta try this out, you know? And I was amazed by the results and what I actually, even though I was judging by appearance, I was kind of right and almost all of them that I grabbed. All right. So now, let me tell you the story. I know a lot of you probably gonna want to use this now on, and I don't care about showing people how I do this because I don't own the rights to this. I don't own the rights to this website. I don't own the act of colorizing photos. I'm not the first, and I don't claim to be or ever claim to be. So anybody can copy me or do whatever video they like that I've already talked about. I don't own information. I don't get on that petty level. I was saying who came out first with information, like everybody follows each other and like everybody's putting out the same information word for word. I highly doubt it, and we can let the people decide that. But yeah, anyways, if you guys want to try this out, go ahead and do it. I think you get a trial, 7 or 14 days trial to try out the thing for free. But then after that, it is a little expensive. And thanks to your donations, I was able to get a year's account. I paid like $120 for it for the whole year. And I've been using this to help people with their genealogy. It's been great. And also to colorize the photos I have. So it's been great. It's been great. I've been taking advantage of that investment that I made. You know, so I would see it like that. You know, we spend money on so many things that we don't need. I bet you guys got a lot of family pictures that are black and white that you can colorize, you know, or whatever else you want to, or even if you want to try it out yourself so you can see how it works. All right, so right away, let me just go ahead and start out with the I'm gonna say Martin Luther King one. Okay, so I'm gonna drag the Martin Luther King one right here. All right, again, this is this one right here. You see him being pushed by the police. Nothing changes, huh? means everything stays the same. But at the same time, all that is certain is change. All right, so there you go. All right, so let's look at it a little closer. All right, so what do you guys think? Does it work pretty all right? Does it do a good job? Yes, no, I don't know, maybe. Yeah, am I colorizing? Did I just colorize Malcolm Luther King black? Did I just colorize the cops so-called white? You know, you guys saw me do it, right? I just dragged the picture right there, and that's what it does. All right, I'm gonna back up now. What I do want to show you is that a lot of the times it won't colorize it perfectly. You see they're a little reddish. It tries to add like a tint, a reddish, brownish, purplish tint to a lot of the pictures, yellowish. So you won't, they're even darker in person. So Martin Luther King's actually darker in person. So keep that in mind when you're seeing these photos that I'm colorizing. A lot of the time they're even darker, they were darker than what they're showing us. All right, so, okay, so we got this one and this one, right? Look at that. All right, that's that. We're gonna go on to Malcolm X and Fidel Castro. All right, Malcolm X and Fidel Castro, because a lot of you guys, you know these people. All right, let's throw it in here. So it's also different kinds of pictures with different quality of the picture. Some are grainy, some are, too much white, too much lighting on one side. I try to fix that little bit. I don't touch them up. I just, if they're really damaged, I try to make them, if they're small pixelated, I try to make it large resolution. For those who know about graphic design, I add 300 to the resolution, so the image can get bigger. And so we can have these for records for the future in case they try to, delete this from the internet one day. So here you go. You got Malcolm X and Fidel. Malcolm X and Fidel Castro. Yeah, no chains around my feet, but I'm not free. My people still lost though. So I'm gathering the army like Fidel Castro. All right, let's go. So we got that one done, right? Okay, they're chilling in that hotel room wherever they are, man. All right, now we got Fidel and Mandela. They're a little older. Fidel's a little older right here. Fidel, he became an icon. All right, we're gonna drag the Fidel and Mandela. All right. So, yeah, I was kind of like almost forced to do this, explain myself to everybody. But here you go. All right. So what do you think? Does the software do a pretty good job? Does it do a pretty good job? All right. Yeah, nobody's sweating these people, if they're agents, masons, or whatever. I'm just showing an example. I'm just showing you an example that I grabbed from the internet. Yeah. So again, what do you think about the software? Does it do a pretty good job? Can I get the okay? Can I get okay? All right. Can I get oh yeah? Let me see. Now again, look how they read it. They put it a little reddish. It's a little reddish. So remember that, because these darker actually, and Fidel's probably a little more lighter. All right. But in general, depending on the picture, it works pretty good, and it grabs the background, whatever the color is. If it's in the desert, if it's in a forest. The greenery, the sky blue, it grabs almost everything. All right, so we're done with that one. All right, we're gonna do our board right here. Some say this is actually John Hanson from Liberia, the colony, the American colony that was established over there. A lot of people use this for Abraham Lincoln. I did use it on my cover as well, thumbnail, Hey, it's called clickbait. Hey, I do it too. Yeah, but once you get into the content, it's a whole different story, right? As long as you get to the content and you can hear me out, what I gotta say, if that image made you click on my video, then hey, I did my job. All right, and you fell for the clickbait. But yeah, some say this is John Hanson. right? All right, so we're gonna colorize Mr. so-called John Hanson. All right, let's see where he went. I think I lost Abraham. 1 second. All right, I found Abraham. Hey, at the Wenhi, we're gonna get to the Indian pictures first. First, I just wanna show people, you know, because they say I'm painting Mongols black. All right, so yeah, as you can see, it's confirmed this is a brown man. Whoever this person is, most likely is John Hanson from Liberia. Who knows? We're digging on it. All right, and then we got the body snatch and Frederick Douglass. No, it's okay. So yeah, there's 2 different John Hansons, Kalea. It's not the one that was the president. There is actually another one, much recent. According, you can look it up. Haven't really done the research on it. That's why I said supposedly. And here we go. We got the body snatcher. We got Frederick Douglass. Who also has indigenous blood, Frederick Douglass. And maybe not just indigenous blood. That's what we're learning recently. And that's okay. He said, why body snatcher? Hey, Brian, you got to check my Abraham Lincoln video. Abraham Lincoln was a colored man. So-called black man. His autobiography and all the references from that time, you know, describe him as dark skinned. His parents as dark skinned. They calling him the N-word. You know what? All that derogatories. And just look at the penny. But just go look at the primary sources. Forget about the penny and images. You know, he wrote it himself that he's dark skinned, tall, with coarse hair. All right, and the last picture is that I'm gonna colorize in front of you guys is this one, right? From the segregation days. Come a long way from that, but we still gotta work on a lot of things, and it's not even our faults a lot of the time. It's pushed onto us, society. The way they stereotype and be prejudiced against, you know, they put it in movies. They make us, you know, hate each other, blame each other for everything. All right, but there you go. So I'm gonna ask you again, does the software work? Do you guys think it's pretty good? Can I get a 1 if you guys think it works pretty good? Can I get the pass? Is that did I all right? Or does anybody still doubt? Like, does anybody still doubt? And if anybody still doubts, I would like you, if anybody want to be on the panel today, just let me know. All right. All right. I see a lot of 1s. Okay. I see a lot of 1s here. So yeah. So everybody's saying I'm painting Mongols black, or people black, or I'm painting Indians black to make them try to look Negro and all that stuff. Well, man, I guess the software is. I guess my heritage is doing that. Don't blame me. Blame my heritage. And it did a pretty good job here. It got the white people in the front, right? And the so-called Negro in the back, right? Did it guess? No, I think it has some very sophisticated technology. All right, they ain't playing. They ain't playing with this. You can try it out on your pictures. All right. Now, so real quick. So I have so this is one picture. All right. We're gonna colorize. Just, I'm gonna do it in front of you. Sorry, just bear with me. All right, because we live. All right, then I'm gonna colorize this one as well. All right, I want you guys to see the befores, right? Now, the only thing I did to these images is make them bigger. They were already like this. I haven't touched them up. I haven't messed with the contrast. I haven't done anything to these pictures like that. They pretty much came like this. They were just one of them especially was very small, the pixels. So all I did was make the resolution bigger so you can make it big. All right. So, and I'm gonna colorize this one too. Yeah. All right. Sorry for that. It's not the same doing this live and pre-recorded. But here we go. So I'll start out with the first image of the Indians dancing. So I'm dragging it right here. Once again, thanks for tuning in. Glad you're here today. Yeah, and if you like this software, you like this website, even to try out your tree, and if you have already an Ancestry account, it's great. It helps you look for other info. If you're into genealogy, it's a great website. All right, I'm gonna download it. You can just download it. Let me just zoom into it real quick. All right, you see? You see? Very dark skin. Okay, Steven, yeah, I don't deal with crayon colors. You know, we don't, I don't say black, red, you gotta go in an individual case here. I don't deal with crayon colors. I don't say white, red, black, as those are all crayon colors. All right. And yeah, it says Indians dancing at Fort Yates Fair by F.B. Fiske. Indians dancing. All right, who dances? Who be doing this? All right, culture. What's your culture? All right. A lot of people be like, I ain't none of those. They ain't those Indians ain't nothing about me. Like, like, what do you mean? I see a lot of this culture all the time. All right. So the term Mongol is actually from the 1900s, what we think of a Mongol. So anybody care to show me when the Mongols got here to invade? And can you show me these people's genealogy? I bet you can, John Carter. And I would like to see your genealogy compared to their genealogy. Anytime to see who's so-called more Indian than the other person. And that's what I was saying in the beginning about stereotyping, or being prejudiced, preconceived opinion, prejudice. Decision formed without due examination of the facts or arguments necessary to a just and impartial decision. All right? Your preconceived opinion means nothing here. Your preconceived opinion, until you can prove to me that these people came out of a country or a place called Mongolia, if that's what you're saying. And then you can prove to me your ancestry. All right? Because what we're learning recently, everybody's on trial with their genealogy. All right? So the first person to point fingers is the very first person that's going to be questioned and has to prove themselves. They're quick to point fingers. All right? All right, so I'll back out of this. So-called Mongols, I guess, to certain people. So, you know, it's just about disagreeing. It's not even about facts. It's about preconceived opinions. Preconceived opinions. Yeah, so we got this other picture here. The definition of Mongol, actually original word meant great or great empire. It didn't mean a people. It's not about people. That's recent. All right, the original Mongols. All right, the original so-called Mongols, Genghis Khan and all these people were so-called Negro. Genghis Khan was a black man. This is all in a future video, right? I don't just bring out videos with guesses. I try to bring out with the facts, and I'm putting all that together. All right. So I guess this software, you know, I don't know. The software colorized them pretty dark. And you can see his hand's a little red. I told you it reddens it a little. These people are very dark, actually more dark in person. All right. Chief, I believe this is a Sioux in chief. So when you talk about copper-colored tribes of America, all right, where do we go to? Let me see. I got it here somewhere. Let's just Google it. I know it's repetitive and everybody want to use it, this definition, but they don't really understand it. Copper-colored races. A lot of people, copper-colored. Shades of copper. Shades of copper. From dark to light. And there's even darker ones, right? There we go. Copper-colored races, copper-colored, right? Different shades of copper, and then we got the different shades of soil. Common pigmenting agents in the soil. You say indigenous if the word etymology is from the soil. All right. I'm not trying to prove anything. I'm just trying to make you understand something. If you continue to have preconceived opinions without facts, just because you say so, you're no better than what was happening to your ancestors back then with other people doing it to them, having preconceived opinions about them. All right. So again, the software does pretty good. Ain't no way this guy would be classified as a so-called white person today. And you can deny that all you want. You can practice cognitive dissonance, but no, he would be classified as another, so-called Negro or person of color. All right. So let's get on with the last image here. And this is Many. Let me see. His name is Many Tail Feathers. He's a Pikuni. Black feet. The Pikuni are black feet. Pikuni. All right. Chief Many Tail Feathers. Hey ya, hey ya. All right, so you ain't down with hey ya, it's all good. But don't hate on those who are down with the hey ya, hey ya. Great spirit. All right, so I think that I'm done trying to prove myself. How I'm doing things. I try to be like an open book and be very how do you say it? Clear with why I say the things I say or why I do the things I do. Like try to show you the sources or so maybe a lot of the people are new, or maybe they just don't watch the other videos, or they just still got a little prejudice, little preconceived opinions about certain type of people still that is hard to get rid of. And it's okay, we all there, and we all still practice it sometimes without even knowing, even myself, all working on it. As humans, we ain't perfect. We got to keep working on not hating so much. Why you mad at the earth so much? Why you mad at certain type of people? Because as you say, they taking your jobs, or they come in because they had a certain need to have to leave their home to come work and try to find a better life for their families. Like they had a whole plan with the whole colonization of their country and what happened here, and then making this country a better place for most people in the world, not just one type of person. A lot of people from the world come here and work and take jobs and try to get a better life. And that's just man, unfortunately that's just how it is. So for me it was a great experience that my parents had to do that. We're living very poor here in Costa Rica, and they went over there, and my dad didn't just take somebody's job that they wanted. I don't think anybody wanted to be a dishwasher, right? Well, my dad was a dishwasher for 20 years when he was in Boston. After being a famous singer here, playing the guitar and everything, being on albums and stuff, he's old school. He's really old. He's almost in his 80s now. And he went to after he was 40 to the States. We moved over there, and he washed dishes for 20 years. Right? So did he take your job? You know who I'm talking about Latinos coming here taking our jobs. So did he take your job? You wanted to be a dishwasher? And my mom cleaned houses all her life. Eventually she started making good money out of it. She started cleaning these rich suburb Jewish houses and making good money at it. She had good clients and all that. But my point is, you can't judge a whole people, a whole country, a whole complexion based on your preconceived opinions. Those ain't facts. They're not facts. That's just your opinion. That's just your hateful. I mean, you're mad at the world. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay to be upset, man. But sometimes you just gotta grow up. Sometimes you just gotta grow up, man. Grow up. Stop making videos about people. It's okay, man. I understand. Putting my name on people's titles gets them views. In their videos. They got more views than their other videos. You can go look at that right now. But yeah, we're gonna continue But before, I got a special guest here, I guess. I wasn't going to include this special guest, but I got a special guest here to let you know who's a Mongol. All right. Don't be nice to the special guest, all right? He's cool. He's cool peeps. I learned a lot from him, actually. You know, man, I grab his whole doctrine and I understand his part where he actually does research, because this person actually does research about things that interest me, and I'm like, so I grab it and I put my own take on it, not from my, well, first from my preconceived opinions, and then I try to prove my opinions. I try to prove it to myself so I can prove it to everybody. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna pause the music. We're gonna watch this right now, and this is the brother. Make sure you subscribe and like his channel. This is the brother Asir the Duke. Asir the Duke, the Moore brother, and he's a good teacher with certain information that I pay attention to. It seems like the rest of his followers don't. So let me just play this. Let's just hear this out, right?
So he, Temujin, becomes Genghis Khan. This is him too. You see him with the red top? This is him too. See him in the royal red and green, which is the imperial colors of the Moorish Empire, right? See that? See him in the royal red and green, which is the imperial colors of the Moorish Empire, right? See that? See him in the royal red and green.
All right, so this is the video. Real quick, again, this is from Asir, the Duke of Tears, the Golden Horde. All right, go to his channel. And if you want to watch the complete video so you can get the complete thing, so you don't think I'm just trying to grab certain, but I'm just grabbing this point he's making here, which people don't really pay attention to. He's letting you know who Genghis Khan is, who they represented. Look at the imperial colors, as he's saying, right? The imperial colors of the Moorish flag, right? It's not me saying it, but if I say it, I'm hating on Moors, right? But it's not even like that. I'm learning from this brother, and I'm getting a whole different perspective with my knowledge and applying it, to a deeper truth. So let's continue to hear him, what he has to say.
This is the imperial colors of the Moorish Empire, right? See that? Boom. Note that Genghis Khan is depicted as a black man.
Boom. Note that Genghis Khan is depicted as a black man. Black man. Black.
Period. Because that's what he was. He was Asiatic. So when we say we Asiatic, you understand? I'm going to bring how the Khan blood came into us over here. Then when they foreclosed in 1492, this is when the Moors finally realized that all the time y'all niggas been fighting, y'all been losing land little by little. But the land they losing it to, Sancho the Great and Isabel and Ferdinand and these people is black too. They just Spanish speaking black. They Roman speaking black.
These people is black too. They just Spanish speaking black. They Roman speaking black.
These people is black too. These people is black too. These people is black too. They pork eating black. You understand what I'm saying? From Europe though. And they are buying the slaves, the white women slaves from the Turks and them, who are the Mongols, basically the Turkic Mongols, because the Mongols became the Turks. Because the Mongols became the Turks. Because the Mongols became the Turks. The Turkic Mongols, and then boom, they paying with all of this with gold. So it got to the point where by the time of Marco Polo, China is one of the biggest trade routes, and one of the trade route, the Silk Road and all that the Moors set up.
All right. Hey, so that was our special guest, Asir, the Duke of Tears. Hey, brother, thanks for the lesson right here about Genghis Khan and the imperial colors he was wearing and how he was a so-called black man. The Mongols were the Turks, all these people in past history considered Moors. He lets you know, it gets deep with his videos. I watch and I pay attention to what he's saying. Even though he might, grab the narrative here and there with certain things. Hey, I respect all that, man. But I grab what I need to from that brother, and I grab it and apply it to my knowledge. All right. So all you people talking about Mongols, and that's an Indian Mongol. So if you call him, the original Mongols were black, and Asir, the Moor, is letting you know. All right. So if you have any questions, go talk to Asir about that, because the Mongols are black according to Asir. Okay. So let's get beyond that. All right. So again, if you have anybody's genealogy, when you're saying that's a Mongol, let me see it, and then let me see yours. All right. And like as Seer pointed out too, Ferdinand and the Queen, they were also black too. They were black too, he said. Mad times. Did you hear it? All right. So more on more war, right? Like Kondrop saying, or black on black crime, they call it today. All right. So the thing is, throughout history, it seems like we gave credit to a scapegoat. We gave a lot of credit to a scapegoat, and we're finding out it wasn't the scapegoat. All right. And you're still using that scapegoat. You still want to blame people. Oh, they came here and conquered us. They came here and conquered us. Well, Genghis Khan was a black man. All right. So go talk to us here so he can school you on that. All right. So he can school you on who the Mongols are and how they became the Turks. So we're gonna continue. All right, let me start the music up again, man. Yeah. And nobody's trying to cap or diss anybody. We use everybody's knowledge. We don't say who brought it out first. And we don't try to say that person's wrong. We just try to grab the good and leave the bad with the bad. All right. So yeah, thanks for tuning in again. Once again, much love and respect to everybody out there. Just try to keep it real with everybody. You know, I ain't trying to put myself on a pedestal. I ain't trying to beef with anybody. But sometimes it's like, you know, you're here to make the peace, but we also prepared for war. You know, we warriors. You know, we carry that, and also just out of respect to everybody. You know, like there's been too much disrespect going on for a lot of years. Something I've been trying to address in private, and these same individuals never wanted to address it in private. They just want to create live shows and panels to try to entertain people and get views and just make people hate certain people because of their preconceived opinions. All right, so I don't play with all that. I don't get down to that level. So, you know, just felt like I had to talk to you guys today while I'm showing this, you know, hopefully break some spells. You know, we got to stop the stereotyping, man. And you, and a lot of you may be right about certain of these people. They may be mixed. You can't generalize as a whole. Like there's a lot of people you're pointing fingers at. All right, so right here we got a Blackfeet Picuni, 1900 on the left. We got a Choctaw Indian in the middle, right? And then we got Ulsa Me, aka John Thomas. He's a Maricopa. A Maricopa. All right, so make sure when you listen to the names of these tribes, you learn about them, right? You find out, you know, what region of the U.S. they were at. You know, try to go see, wow, there was people like that there, you know, and you might get a better understanding of certain people, you know, especially if they look like family members. So this next image right here, We got on the left, Mayor Joseph V. McKee. The McKees, right? Recently, we got a video from Topcast with the McKee. Same family, actually, McKee. I was actually working on a video on the McGee guy. It's okay. Doesn't matter. We all gonna bring out the info because it's just info. Nobody owns it. All right, so we got a descendant of these McGees and McKees right here. He's a mayor. He's with the chiefs of the Sioux tribe from the Black Hills of South Dakota. Chief Two Moon is presenting beaded war shield to mayor. So you guys can Google Chief Two Moons. You can see what he looks like as an older person as well and everything. I think there's a couple pictures of him. And on the right, we have Bullseye's grandson of Sakakawea, 1923, and he's with Major Welsh. This is a major, and I don't know what army, British or I think it's British. I don't know. I didn't research. But I saw him take a picture of a couple of Indians. There's some more pictures. All right. And just real quick. All right, you can see. So, you know, look at the difference. All right. So as you saw how I colorized the images. So this is just two different images that are basically that I put together and compile and then in Photoshop, and I just put my name and just put the text over it. That's basically it. All I do. They already colorized from the website. All right. Right here we got a Susan Thompson, a Tuscarora Nation elder woman. This is from 1913, the Tuscarora. And then we got a Mojave woman from 1902. Mojave or Mojave. And a Papago woman over to the right. And this is how they were colorized, all right? I didn't colorize anybody dark skin. All right, let me just zoom in to grandma, nana, abuelita. We call that abuelita. Where I'm from, that's abuelita. This is also abuelita. Tuscarora, from the Tuscarora tribe. Mojave, abuelita. And from the Papago tribe. You see her? And they always had this like, that the women dress like this. I have a lot of images of them, and they carry the water in their heads, and they're all very dark skinned. Very dark, very, very dark skinned. You know, the funny thing is a lot of these are more dark skinned than the person who's prejudiced against them. The same person that's always talking about people, he's light skinned. And he never will turn on his camera to show you guys that. He's actually light skinned. But it's like he's mad at the world for him being light skinned or something. I don't know. So he goes, you know. But either way, this ain't about him. But yeah, Susan Thompson, the Tuscarora Nation. And then we got Mojave woman and a Papago woman. All right. Right here, we got Awei, or Pretty Flower, aka Goldie Jameson Conklin. She's a Seneca Indian. And then we got Madeline and Wawita, Apache girls. And then we got a Pima Indian woman. All right, that's two men again. When I first saw her, I was like, wow. This was like 4 or 5 years ago. I'm like, wow, where's she from? It took me a while to figure out who she was and what tribe she was on. That's a Seneca. This is in New York, I believe, somewhere in New York. All right. She's got her canoe there with her clothing. All right. And there's something about their clothing that only for those with the eyes that truly can see would notice of how they're dressed and why they're dressed a certain way. All right, these are the Apache girls, Madeline and Wawita. Yeah, Jeremiah, that's what I'm saying. She's not bad looking at all. And I was just like, wow, man, you know, what's her story? You know, what's all their stories? And even though she's smiling here, And her, she looks like a little smile. Most of the time, they're not smiling. They have a very sad look to their face. All right. For some reason, that's why I put them together, because it looked like they were all kind of smiling and they were all females. So I put all these women together here. So this is what I was saying about the Pima and the Papago, all these people from the Southwest US. People, you know, they carry this thing on their head. Traditional. You can find these vases in the mounds. You can find them all the way in Costa Rica, all the way in Peru. Same type of vases, pottery. All right. All right. We got the drums and the flute playing in the background. You know, thanks to the Great Spirit for this great awakening. And right here, what do we have here? We have 3 different regions of the U.S. represented. We got a southeastern USA indigenous woman. I believe she was Chickasaw. Can't remember. Almost Oak Creek. This one in the middle is Yakima. She was known as Sunbeam. She's in a feathered headdress. She's in the state of Washington, so she's from the northwestern U.S. And then we got, I believe this is I think it was Papago woman as well. Because I have different images, and then I got so many, and the names get mixed up. It's hard to keep track of everybody. But she's from the southwest U.S. She's a Pueblo, what you would consider a Pueblo Indian. And let me just zoom in. All right. All right, she's from the state of Washington. You see? Sunbeam. And then we got her. I don't know. I guess my eyes fool me, because to me, you know, if you wouldn't tell me, if you were an up close picture, I would just, you know, anybody would just say that's a so-called Negro person. You know, you're only saying Mongol because she's in the southwestern U.S. That's the only reason you say Mongol. You don't even know this person. You know. All right, let's jam out a little bit, because this call is called When Wise Men Speak. When Wise Men Speak, all right? Yeah. Tawadahawa. Thanks to the Most High for this moment. And right here, very interesting picture. Now, some of you probably seen this on the internet in black and white. And when I was researching these people, I found out so many interesting things about this area. Not just the indigenous people of Suriname, but who they were bringing in Suriname. All the Asians and all the Hindu, Javanese, Eritrean, all these Indian people that were arriving in Suriname. I also got a future video. I'm gonna show you what they look like, and they don't look like what you also stereotypically think an Asian only looks like, or a Hindu. And thus it gets to the point when, how can you know you're not part this or part that? You'll see what I'm talking about when I show you them. All right, so that's a future video. Just be ready, you know. All right, what they call coolies, right? They call them coolies. The coolies. Y'all know about the coolies, man. They get they get a lot of prejudice remarks towards them too. But, you know, that's what I'm saying. How do you know you don't have coolie in your blood? All right, so this is a group of Arawak people in ceremonial outfit with the Dutch governor in the Garden of Palms next to the Dutch governor's house in Paramaribo, Suriname, South America between 1880 and 1900. All right, let's zoom in a little bit. All right. I didn't colorize none of these people. That's how the software colorized them. All right. Let's zoom in some more. And Kiowa, yeah, the diversity among their own family members and people. You see? You gotta stop all that prejudice stuff. Pointing fingers. Fingers get pointed right back at you. The problem is, these people can prove their ancestry. Can you prove your ancestry? And I ain't talking to all the good people out there. We're talking to all those haters. This is a shout out to all the haters out there. Trying to get clout of Kurimeo. What would I do without you guys? You inspire me to make more videos and prove more things. Oh, that was kind of dope. So let's do a little refresh, all right? What have we seen so far? All right, look at that. Figuring out how to use my preview thing here. All right, so yeah, these are the Arawak people in Suriname in the Garden of Palms. Anybody that knows this area knows about the Garden of Palms. All right, just Google it. It was a nice, beautiful place. They had a lot of indentured servants there, a lot of fancy people there. Oh yeah, and before I go, remember, this is a group of Arawak people in ceremonial outfit with the Dutch governor. So where's the Dutch governor, everybody? Does anybody see a white guy? Can anybody point out the Dutch governor in this picture? Can somebody please point out the Dutch governor? Let's see. Let's see if anybody can point him out. Let me know in the chat where he's at. Yeah, so somebody said they all white. Okay, yeah. So yeah, we got the person KI. Yes, the guy in the suit. What guy in the suit? Wait, what do you mean? You mean the brother back here? Yes, the brother right here in the suit. That's the Dutch. He's Dutch. That's a European. That's a European Dutch. That's a Huguenot, basically, is what I'm trying to let you know. The Huguenots came out of that area, Holland. They were there a lot, and they ended up in the French Guiana, Suriname. A lot of those, you know, like French Dutch people. And yeah, that's the Dutch governor right there with his suit in the back, the tall one, right? The tall brother right there. Ki is like, I knew it. She was right too. Misha. Yep, the Black Dutch man, right? That's a common thing. If you Google Black Dutch right now, you'll see it was a term in the colonial times, and they'll try to write it off like, no, they just meant this and that. No, there was many Black Dutch in colonial times. You wanted to blame the white man this whole time, but it wasn't about complexion. It wasn't really about complexion yet as much, even though they did kind of use it, to separate people eventually. But yeah, he blended right in. Jessica said Calhoun. All right. So the funny thing is, before I colorized this picture, I always said, because they would tell you that's the Dutch in the back, but they wouldn't. They would kind of try to hang like he was white. So to me, I was like, but that looks like a brother to me a little bit, man. I don't know, man. And until I was able to colorize this, I wasn't able to prove it. Now we are. All right. So I hope that stays on your mind real quick, and you're seeing that we ain't making things up here. All right. So the next image right here, we got a Joe-cut woman in Tulare County, California. That's around 1900. All right, the Californians, in my part 2 of from Indigenous American to African American series, I go over all the accounts of what they were saying about the California Indians, and many accounts describing them as a Negro, black or dark as a Negro. All right. So in the middle we got Wutuni Kanuske, aka Charlotte Mitchell Wampanoag. She's a Wampanoag, Massachusetts. All right. And on the right, we have an indigenous woman from San Diego, California. I believe she's Kurimeo. Kurimeo, I believe is the name of the tribe. Or the Aguinio. Let me just zoom in. Okay. All right, so she's from California. Again, she is a Yokut Indian woman from a mission in California. All right, because the same person that be hating once said live, and nobody ever questioned him, that everybody west of the Mississippi is a Mongol. Everybody west of the Mississippi is a Mongol. That's a very broad and generalized, what you call preconceived opinion. That was a very generalized preconceived opinion, which he still hasn't proven 4 years later. All right, so we got the Wampanoag, right? And we got her, all right, from San Diego, California. All right, and bless you and thank you for the donation. Keeper 116, much love and respect to you. I just saw that. Thank you. All right. Yeah. So yeah, we're just gonna correct Dream Team Jordan. Yeah. I'm glad you were honest. You say you assume. Again, that's a preconceived notion, opinion, because we haven't showed one Mexican yet. I haven't showed one Mexican yet. I don't know if I missed something or if I fell asleep and I was talking as I was on my sleep or something. But no, we haven't addressed or shown any Mexicans yet. All right. So yeah, definitely. Okay. Here we go. There we go. I just did you a favor. There you go. All right, I have my own children. I ain't your son, and we don't care about your preconceived opinions. I don't really care about your preconceived opinions, man. All right, there you go. You got timed out like a little kid. Since you're acting like a little kid, you got timed out like you're in kindergarten. You got timed out. Childish behavior. All right. On the left, we got 3 Ute young women in the Garden of Gods, Colorado. Much love and respect to Starduster too. All right, much love and respect to you. All right, the Garden of Gods. It's a deep place. I hope to do a video on the Garden of Gods in the future. In my Untold Ancient American series, Garden of the Gods. Think about that. Garden of the Gods. Think about that. Colorado, right? The Four Corner region. And then on the right, we got 3 Seminole young women from the Everglades, Florida. From the Everglades, Florida. Much love and respect, Georgina. Thanks for all the support throughout the years. Appreciate it. And yeah, so I put these together. We got 3 ladies here on the right and 3 ladies on the left. Again, remember that the software makes them a little red. Tintish, puts a little like purplish reddish tint. You see even under close. But in general, it works pretty good. We saw that already in the beginning. You can see them. They even look darker than them. All right. So, I mean, again, you can't judge people based on appearance. There's a lot of the, see a lot of the so-called Aboriginal forums and use her image a lot, all the way to the right. But when I colorize her and show her next to the family members, they try to say she's a Mongol, so it changes their opinion. And it's weird how people just, switch up like that. Switching up. Like how they switch up from Democrat to Republican, then back to Democrat, Depending on who sounds better. All right. All right, and right here, I just put these together because I thought it was interesting that they all had dreadlocks. This dreadlocks, these people with dreadlocks or locks in their hair. It's actually part of their culture and their tribes. It wasn't just because they wanted to be Rastas or anything. I mean, it seemed like their whole tribe, all the men did it a certain way. Like the Yuma did it on the bottom right here. The Pima had dreads coming down like in the front too, and then on long ones in the back. I noticed that. But yeah, we got who the Mongols are earlier. I can put the video back on that Asir did. I can put the videos back on Asir did. Asir let us know who the Mongols were. The black people, Moors. He calls them Moors. He calls them our cousins, the Moors. The Asiatic Moors are cousins. He calls them cousins. You gotta watch all his videos. You guys ain't paying attention to Asir. He's letting you know straight up who the Turks are, the Mongols, and all these people over there. And he lets you know these are all Moors, people of color. People of color. All right. So we got 2 Pima Indian men here. We got Jose Pocati, a Yuma from Arizona, or Quechan, and Chief Iretabe from the Mojave tribe, Mojave. All right. So yeah, like, I'm not trying to say anybody's anybody or not mixed or yes mixed or not mixed, All I'm trying to show is the pictures that we've never kind of seen, and it's almost true color, right? So you guys can make your own decisions. And then based on what we're learning, with all the stuff that we're learning, right, in the presentations, not just mine, from everybody, starting to seem like this is the true old world. Like we had a lot of different phenotypes here, a lot of different complexion, shades of copper. All right, nobody's saying we had like pale skin, almost dying looking white people, like pale, like but there was light skin shades here of copper. Don't take my words out of and try to run with it, because I showed the sources I read from. So don't blame me, blame the book I'm reading or the research. And we don't just read from one book. All right, we try to correlate on many different things here. And when I'm colorizing these images, it's proven what they're saying about almost everybody, that they were copper colored, right? In general. So Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. A lot of these don't look like the Native Americans of today that are in the reservations. They look a lot darker, even though they have the same kind of phenotype. A lot of them, but these people look darker, man. And yes, they don't look like the typical what you would say. Not all of them, because some of them do, but not all of them look like what people think a so-called Negro should look like somebody from West Africa, right? The whole narrative, right? Again, we had different phenotypes here, different types of hair, different types of shades of copper, right? The truth shall set you free. Don't imprison your mind. Come out of the box, and don't let your preconceived opinions control your thoughts and your everyday life and build hate inside of you. A hate towards the people that don't even know you, never done you any wrong. You personally, you personally. I'm not talking about in general. Because a lot of these people are just as ignorant as we all were once. We still are. We all still learning. All right. Next image. All right. Okay, so on the right we have a Pima indigenous man. He's lighting it up. He's about to light it up. He rolled it up and he's about to light it up. He's like, "Oh, you're gonna take a picture of me? Hold up. Let me put my joint in my mouth on my cigarette. All right, I'm ready for the picture. Let's go." And on the left, of course, man, I don't know. I mean, believe me, I've shown this to people and they've called him a Mongol. I'm like, why, man? Like, I just don't, the pigtails, just because he has pigtails, like, Now, I remember it was, I'm still trying to find out his tribe. I think he's a Siouan. I think he's Lakota. I remember finding the image on the internet in a World's Fair. This was taken in a World's Fair. I don't know if it was Chicago or St. Louis that I got the picture from eventually, but I can't remember where I stored that picture with the name of his tribe. It didn't have his name. It just said he's possibly like a Lakota or something. All right. Okay, let's see. Propagating. I'm looking at the definition of propagating. Breed specimens of a plant or animal by natural processes from the parent stock. Spread and promote. Okay, so what am I promoting or spreading? By colorizing black and white photos. Huh? Again, you got a preconceived opinion. That's okay. And that's okay. As long as we just establish it's just a preconceived opinion, it's not facts. Your opinions are not facts, my friends. They're not facts. Opinions are not facts. You have to prove your opinions. I had a lot of opinions all my life. And then I got to the point where I was like, you know what? I'm going to try to prove. I'm going to try to see if this is real, what's not, that's my thing. I like history. I like doing this. All right. So, yeah, I'm spreading a lot of things, whatever you were saying, I'm propagating. So yeah, it depends what you mean by it. All right. And then we got Yellow Horse, Southern Arapaho Chief on the left here, looking like Scottie Pippen and stuff a little bit. Hold up. Yeah. I don't know. Put him next to a picture of Scottie Pippen, a profile picture on the side of Scottie Pippen. I don't know. Some can say I'm trying to reach like Mr. Fantastic, but I don't know. That's just my opinion. But of course, I wouldn't say that's his ancestor. I wouldn't say, oh, look, it's him. Because I guess that would be my preconceived opinion, right? But based on what I see in my eyes, he kind of does look like a little bit like Pippen, man, to me. All right. And this is a Blackfeet Pagan Weaseltail, Pagan from the Pagan tribe. Believe it's from Blackfeet. All right. Again, I didn't colorize these people this dark brown. The software did that because they are this color. Who's mad? They mad out there. They mad because Kurimeo did another Mongol video, so-called Mongol video. Man, Kurimeo, stop it. All right. Look at that gear. He got his weapon and his pipe. They always combine. And right here we got Richard Sanderville. He's a Blackfeet Pikuni. Okay. I think the Pagans might be Sioux, actually. My fault. The Pagans might be Sioux. I'm mixing up the Pikunis and the Pagans. So he's a Blackfeet Pikuni. Richard Sanderville. All right. Yeah. Hey, moderators, feel free to, use your power. If they start giving too many preconceived opinions. Yep, that's right, G Major. That's what I'm saying. You can tell by the culture of the people who they are and who they're writing about in certain books. Even though they never encountered this specific book, they were living like the people in the book without them ever reading that book. And right here we got Nathan J. Cuffey, a Narragansett Montauk Indian on the left with his suit, out not in his, tribal attire. And then we got Ute Man and Navajo Springs. All right, and just want a close up of them. I know a lot of people would basically judge him, call him Mongol, but like, hey, as Seer said, now remember, they do a little red tintish. He's a little darker than this, but I do know he's darker than this fellow over here, who would be called more a Negro, right? According to more people, I would say. Not maybe that's just my opinion, but he is darker than him. He's actually light skinned. All right. So, yeah, again, I didn't colorize him. I didn't make him brown, right? That's how the software did it. All right, Nathan Cuffey and the Cuffeys. There's a big history there of the Cuffeys. All right, we'll be covering eventually. Wow. Yeah, dodge all the hijacks. And then dodge your own hijacks. We got Shidoban. He's called Richard Shunatona. And the tribe, I'm not sure. I know I have another image of him. If I was to take a guess, let me see. He could be Sock or Fox or Saji, maybe. Or a Pagan. But I could be guessing. And then we got Black Thunder, a Sioux Indian from 1908 on the right. Now, I want you to see right away, right? What is in Black Panther, what does he have around his neck? Right? Oh man, he got the right, the nails, right, the claws. Where do you think they get that from? Fidel Star right here. Yeah, and Black Thunder. Yeah, again, I didn't make Black Thunder that dark skin. There's a reason, I guess, he was called Black Thunder. All right. We got Shidoban with his coarse hair. Shidoban. And now we got on the left, no flesh, brulee Sioux, a brulee Sioux, no flesh. Then we got Stephen Nichols, he's a Narragansett man. So, history there. He fought for the Union, that's why he has a medal right here. He fought in this Civil War in the Union side, you can read about him. Narragansett man. And we got Little Tiger, a Seminole Indian, Little Tiger. He ain't little no more in this picture. All right, brulee Sioux. Stephen Nichols, right? Yeah, Stephen Nichols, Narragansett. You see his hair, his curly hair, soft hair. And then we got Little Tiger, a Seminole. With the turban, right? Turban looking, right? All right. We got a Shuswap woman, the Shuswap people. All right. A lot of these tribes I'm like learning about for the first time. Never heard of them ever in my life. They never told us about a lot of these tribes, you know. And when I learn a new tribe and I go look for them, I get excited. I'm like, wow, these people are from here and there and there, and what's their story? All right. And we got some Seminole women on the middle. And we got Ojibwa, an Ojibwe or Ojibwa woman on the right. Beautiful empresses here. All right. Shoe shop woman. Look at the gear she got on, her earring. Look at her hat. She decorated it with some things on it. That's the other thing I want you to look at. I mean, you know, you see what's hanging from her clothes, right? Why they do that? Do you know why they do that? All right. So she designed her own clothes, right? They designed their own clothes and stuff. That's their hair right there, I believe. They did their hair like that. They was doing their hair like that. All right. Look at their clothing as well. We got the same clothing here. The native clothing here in Costa Rica is the same as the women wear here. And then we got the Ojibwe. Look at her clothing. It's just dope. She got all from head to toes. She got flowers all over on her design. You see that? So is she a Mongol too? You know. Again, we can't judge based on appearance. Yeah, very pretty. All of them. And dope gear. Got on the left here a Paiute man and a boy in traditional buckskin customs in Kanab, Utah, 1873. And on the right we got Rainbow Sisteso, a Sioux woman, and Little Chief White Eagle, a Jockey native. Jockey. A lot of people call the Jockey Mongols. All right, it's just so let's zoom in real quick. I know a lot of these people, but look at them. They got long hair. They look funny. But these Pauete, okay, sorry. The Pauete were very, very dark skinned. Most of the pictures I was able to find out of them, it's not a lot. There's not a lot of pictures of them. But most of the time, they're very dark skinned, very dark skinned. All right. And then we got a Sioux woman and a Yaqui man. Don't he look like Mayweather a little bit? Look at her. Dun, 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 dun. Much love to Joseph Levels for the beat. Yeah. 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 Get on your feet and dance. just jamming. I had to jam and meditate to that tune, man. Always makes me want to jam out a little bit. Yeah, so we got Cree men right here, the Cree tribe. All right, we're in the left, 2 Cree men. All right, okay, his hair, his is a little bit more coarse than his, but they're from the same tribe. They're brothers, man. They're family. All right, and then we got another elder right here, and he's a Sock Fox Meshwaki man. All right, you see that? And yeah, you see a lot of this clothing represented in the Masonic lodges, right? And a lot of these symbols. But these are the people of the book. You are the book. Get it? You are the book. Who got fringes on all over? Fringes all over. This is a Winnebago man from Nebraska. 1950 Nebraska. Up in the boonies in Nebraska. All right. Pimping the apron. All right. This ain't tribal warfare. Rumors of war. And rumors of war. Yeah. All right. They're like, all right, we'll take your picture. Only because you threatened our lives. We'll take your stupid picture. Thank you, Great Spirit. Once forgotten, but never again. You rise. You will be remembered. On the left, we got many horses. A Teton Lakota, 1872. In the middle, we got head carry. He's a Pagan Blackfoot. All right, so the Pagans are Blackfoots. All right, confirmed from earlier. I wasn't sure, but they are Blackfoot. Little by little, I'm starting to remember. Crow Indian on the right here. Look at the gears. Look at their uniqueness. They make their own clothing. And horns doesn't always mean evil. Dodge the hijack. We're gonna jam out a little bit. Not sure what you mean, Scotty. You know, we've shown a lot of different phenotypes, not just one. But that's the thing again. We're not gonna go into preconceived opinions. We got Penepek Kesheik, aka Floating Cloud. He's a Cree. He's a Cree. You ain't gonna tell him he's not a Cree. You ain't gonna tell him his people's not a Cree. 1903, Cree. And on the right we got Bitter Jim and another man from the Flathead Indian tribe. Oh, we ain't ready for that one yet. We ain't ready for that tune yet. And this song right here is called Calling on Our Ancestors from the Spirit Realm. This is produced by Joseph Levels, custom made for me. Much love and respect to you, brother. Thank you. Everybody loves it. We enjoy it. We appreciate what you did for us, for me, for everybody, for the ancestors, okay? Thank you. Because we are calling on our ancestors from the spirit realm. We got Sinon Duro Matawir. He was a shaman of the Ipai, formerly Northern Diegueño, American Indian tribes, San Diego County. All right, San Diego County. And then we got in the middle, Johnny Frank from the Nespelem tribe. You ever heard of any of these tribes? 1913. And then we got Chief Ignacio, chief of the Wemenuche band of the Ute tribe, with his horse. He's decked out in all his attire, as his ancestors told him to dress like. Chief Ignacio. All right, we have a Kumeyaay. Hold on, let me see the name. Kumeyaay or Kumeyaay woman, San Diego, California. And the other shaman we just saw in the other period, he was a Kumeyaay. Tribes that we never heard of before, but a lot of people in California know this. Monkey on the Beat, much love and respect to you, brother. I know he has the whole history over there. His family's from indigenous people from California, so he knows the whole history. All right, there's a Kumeyaay woman in San Diego gathering some hay or something, maybe for her roof. All right, with her dog chilling next to her. 1924, California. Here we got the Shinnecock Indians in 1884. There was a lot more caption. The caption down here says the last of the Shinnecock Indians, 1884, Long Island, New York. Now again, they're always gonna say the last, the last, the last, the very last. What do you mean the last? They still there. You can go visit the Shinnecock today in Long Island or where, you know, where their reservations are at. They're still there. They ain't going nowhere. All right, the Shinnecock. And again, you can see the diversity even on there. Obviously not the people in the background. That's just spectators there. We got all these, it's actually these the first two rows, the caption that's removed as it was the names of the people. I'm gonna have this on my Instagram, the full photo, so you can see the names of the people. All right. Shinnecock Indians on Long Island, New York. The ancestry of ODB, Old Dirty Bastard, and a lot of the Wu-Tang Clan. They Shinnecock Indians. Shinnecock. All right, on the left, we got Leroy C. Perry, aka Chief Sakem Usa McKean, Yellowfeather, and Morningstar, Taylor Wildhorse, aka Clinton May Haynes. These are both Wampanoag Indians. Wampanoag, I don't know if they're from Marblehead or Gayhead in Massachusetts, I believe. And Chief Mistahimaswa, Big Bear, and his squaw or his wife. Cree Indians. And in the right, we got Mr. and Mrs. Different Owl and their son. All right, so I looked up, they were real, the Owl family, the Different Owl. They were both called Different Owl. So he was Mr. and she was Mrs. Different Owl and their son. North Dakota American Indian family. All right, so if you want to look it up, you can find it, the Owl family. All right. This is the Wampanoags with their fringes all over. And we got some Crees with fringes as well in their aprons. All right. Indigenous people of North Dakota. Yeah, and so we got the Sioux man on horse here. This is from the Edward Curtis print collection. You can look that up. I try to put the info here so anybody can verify the information just by Googling. You know, just look at the digital archive websites that they have. American Indians, go on Pinterest, go on all these, and you'll see these same images. You know, a lot of these images were really small, hard to see, and I grabbed them up. They were like maybe the most like 30 pixels. They weren't even, I couldn't even open them in most things. Photoshop opened them, and I was able to bring them up to at least 1700 pixels. And here we go. All right. Did they purposely leave these images like that? Why didn't they show us Indians like this growing up? At least of this complexion or shade. There's so many. Here we got the Pamunkey Indian family on the left. Pamunkey for Virginia. In the middle, we got a Quechan mother and daughter. Quechan, the Quechan people. And on the right, we have Ingram Billy and Stimatli with their grandchildren. These are Seminoles. All right. Little close up of the Quechan mom and daughter. All right. Quechan Southwest Indians. And then we got the Pamunkey people right here in Virginia. And Seminole. That's the grandchildren, not Mongols. Her grandkids. Quechan mom and daughter. Remember, they make their own clothing. They make their own dyes to color their clothing. All that. Nobody's saying nobody was running around here naked. Nobody's saying anybody's running around here naked. So stop spreading rumors. Nobody ever said that. They got nice ass clothes. They got really nice clothing, actually. The finest clothing. All right? The true old world. The land of Prester John. The finest clothing. The finest silk. The finest of everything. The land of Prester John. That his so-called nephew or stepson, Genghis Khan, another so-called Negro, as Asir said earlier, wanted it all. And right here we got Wet Crow. Forget the tribe, but if you Google his name and put Native American, you might get the tribe. Wet Crow. I did a little, so the program I didn't show you guys. Let me see if we still got a picture here. The program actually picks out the faces of some of these pictures and tries to enhance the face. So sometimes it comes up good, really good, like this one. So I downloaded the enhanced and I colorized it, and this is what came up as well. So it does that especially to pictures that are really blurry or something. Like if you have a old family picture that it looks messed up, it might enhance your ancestor's face, so you can try it out on the software. All right, and right here we're just honoring and remembering Wet Crow. Just in case you forgot about Wet Crow or you were sleeping on Wet Crow. We haven't forgotten you. We are remembering. Wow. Thank you, Great Spirit. All right. We got Fred Dixon. He's from the Nez Perce tribe, 1905, this picture. In the middle, we got Tall Man Dan. Tall Man Dan, a Sioux chief. And on the right, we got Tall Tan Billy from British Columbia, Canada, 1909. All representing different parts of the US and America. We'll get into the other countries eventually. So let me just zoom in real quick. Tall Man Dan. Look at the colors of him. The red, yellow, and green. Oh, red, yellow, and green. Okay. Look at his clothing, look at his shoes. Look at those shoes. You got shoes like that? You got your own custom-made shoes like that? Fly like that and pattern and everything? All right. Hey, hey, yeah. All right. Look at his hat. Look at his clothing. Pimpin'. Is that a good thing to say, pimpin'? I don't know, but he's pimpin'. Tall Man Dan with his colorful, yeah, he's pimpin' too. And then we got Tall, what is it? Tall Tan Billy. Tall Tan Billy, look at this, man, wow. Look at him. Oh yeah, the Sioux. See the Sioux, there's a story about the Sioux coming. You know, the Sioux, a lot of the Sioux are the mound builders too. And a lot of these mound builders ended up down here and ended up in Peru. They went through Mexico, Southwest Utah. They traveled. So yeah, you can find the same pottery and everything. He does look a little bit like my grandfather's people. But this guy right here with his clothing and the fringes coming off it. Look at this. All right, he's from British Columbia, Canada. You thought there was no melanated people there? Copper colored races of America. Copper colored races of America. Yeah, we got a Papago woman from Arizona, 1902, right here in the left. A Papago, again, I showed you the very first old lady with the thing over her head. They're very dark skinned, the Papago woman. I didn't make her look like this. Like, that's actually, like, they were really dark. A lot of the ones that from her tribe or her people, they were really, really dark skinned. The Papago people, Arizona, 1902. This is a Seminole woman. We saw her earlier with her other sisters, the three of them together. In the Everglades, not Evergreen, Everglades, Florida, 1907. I put Evergreen, my fault. Unless it's called Evergreen. But yeah, she's got her little cigar right here. She looks like she's about to burn it off. So yeah, like when I'll put her next to her family members, some of them don't look like what you want them to look like. So, oh, well, she's Mongol all of a sudden again. Right here, a lot of people use this image, in their Instagrams and stuff in the black and white version, but then they want to call her Mongol in other instances. So it's just weird. It just proves it's just preconceived opinions, like we read about the etymology of prejudice earlier. All right, so right, so we got a Chippewa chief of the Lac Contre Orieli bands of the Chippewa in Wisconsin. His name is Aki Wensi, Old Man Head, all the way in the left right here. And then we got a Potawatomi warrior, a Potawatomi tribe. Have you heard of these tribes? A chief of the Gros Ventre people. Here we got a Ute woman from Navajo Springs on the left. And on the right, we have a Mi'kmaq woman from the Mi'kmaq people, the Mi'kmaq tribe. Mi'kmaq. Eastern Woodland. All right? Mi'kmaq. They're not in the plains, they're not in the southwest, they're not in the west. Mi'kmaqs are in the east, northeast, north. Ute woman from Navajo Springs. Remember, they redden when the software does the colorization and make it a little reddish, tintish. So she's actually more brown, as you can see. Oops. Yeah, she don't look too happy. So to the left, we got a Pima woman, Pima. And on the middle, we got an American indigenous girl. Couldn't verify the tribe. I haven't been able to yet. I've had this picture for a while. And on the right, we have Emma Jane Mitchell Safford, direct descendant of Massasoit. And if you have the time, go ahead and read about Emma Jane Mitchell Safford and her family members and what they look like and what she looked like as a younger person, too, you know, and she's a direct descendant. She's full-blooded. She's not, you know, she's full-blooded. You'll see what she looks like as a young person, you know. But I wanted to show you the different phenotypes, different complexions, different all over the USA. Again, copper-colored tribes it really means something. She's smiling. Massasoit was the chief of the Massachusetts people, the Wampanoag people. Massasoit, he was there when the Pilgrims got there. He tried to make peace with them. He didn't want war ever. And they did him wrong. They did him wrong even though he was trying to make peace for his people so they wouldn't get killed. His son, Metacomet, King Philip, he went to war. He's like, enough is enough. I am not my father, I'm going to war. King Philip's war. Read about that. That's her people. Emma Jane's people. That's her ancestors. Yeah, they're related, Kiowa. Yeah, we don't use the word black. Like I don't. I'm not saying anything. I'm just showing you what these people look like. You do whatever you want with what you think I'm trying to say. I'm not saying anything if I don't say it. And no, if you've been following me for a while, if there's a lot of you out there that's new, maybe confused of what I'm saying, I invite you to go ahead and go through my previous videos, look at all the journey that we've taken, all the learning we've done, all the research that we've done. And no, not all so-called black people in America are indigenous, at least in this time period during the colonial times. A lot of them came. A lot of the Europeans were people of color, a lot. And what I'm discovering, and I'm gonna try to show it as much as I can, because it's just leading to that the research, the truth takes you where it takes you, right? Truth has no bias. Truth has no creed. Truth is just truth. It doesn't have no complexion. And what the notion that we have of Europeans coming, that we think it was generally white, and we're learning now there was black Europeans, so we think a little percentage was black. No, it's the other way around. I know I'm giving a preconceived opinion maybe to some right now, but I'm gonna prove it little by little. You'll see. Because as we saw the Black Dutch, right? The Black Dutch governor next to the Arapaho Indians, right? They say Dutch governor. They wanted us to think he was white. Whenever you go into these images and archives, they want you to think that was a white Dutch person. All right. So no, I don't generalize. And maybe when we were learning about the truth that there wasn't hundreds of ships coming from Africa, maybe that made me think a certain way. Like, okay, well, then how did the so-called Negroes get here if they were all supposedly from Africa, that they told us growing up, right? So logically I would be like, well, they must have all been here, right? And that's what we were learning. We were learning that there was actually so-called black Indians here, aboriginals, indigenous people, whatever you want to call them, Moors, if you believe in it, that's your doctrine, Moors. Yeah, they were here, but not only here, they were here with many other peoples, and that's what we're trying to break down right now. And they looked many different ways, had many different types of hair, many different complexions of what you want to call copper. Because when people think I'm saying we had like white people here, not in the white that you're thinking, because you're thinking white people like a pale skin, Norwegian, blue-eyed, blonde. No, we're not, and maybe we did have people like that too here, but I believe but they're talking about copper colored tribes. We talking about all the shades, the light shades, dark shades of copper, very dark copper, very light copper. In general, just Google copper, what it looks like, you'll see. All right. So yeah, right here we got the Chickahominy American Indian tribe, the Chickahominy people. All right, out of Virginia. I believe Virginia and the Carolinas, or Virginia exclusively. All right. So again, if you're new, welcome you to watch my Swarti Europe videos, so you can see how Swarti means so-called black complexion. When they describe anybody in Swarti, that means black complexion. As D, thank you, much love and respect to you for the donation. As he's saying, black Welsh, black Scots, black Irish. A lot of hundreds and thousands of them came here. Hundreds of thousands of them came here. And it's okay. And a lot of these people mixed in with the indigenous people that you're seeing right now in front of you. Other people of color. Yeah, and in some instances, it was better to say you were European or white, or in some instances, it was better to claim your Indian heritage and not say you were black Irish or black Dutch. All right, we got a great build coming up on that with my brother, a new breed. And anybody who wants to join, just send me an email. We can discuss this and have an open panel. All right, I'll put my email here in the chat. So if anybody wants to go ahead and join this build, we'll have a private one before that, so we can make sure we align and make sure we come respectful and everything. All right, so that's my email. All right, so yes, that's what we recommend doing genealogy, because you can learn about a lot of things not just one grandma, but all your grandmas, all your grandfathers, all your lines. You know, and it's a wonderful thing. It's been beautiful helping people with their genealogy and just learning, improving my research. Just like, wow, over and over and over, and everybody's line, you know. Even if there's some lines that are hard, there's many other lines, and you know, we dig on the lines that are hard, and eventually we get them, we get close to something. But try it out if you haven't. Ask your grand elders if they're still alive, if they have the information, if they remember, they can tell you where they're from, their family members' names, and try it out. Hey, there's maybe something there waiting for you, and you can see your whole family history, where they originated. Like maybe this Chickahominy people right here, you know, getting enslaved by maybe other tribes, the Creek or the Choctaw, or even the what they call the Cherokee, or anybody else, even the black Europeans or white Europeans, and taking them to other parts, or making them relocate and move over to other states to the west, eventually ending up somewhere in Mississippi, Louisiana, Texas. And that's what we're seeing in people's genealogy. And we can trace it all the way back to the East Coast, a lot of these families, you know. So yeah, or even France, even Europe, yes. And I'm talking about colored people. All right, so this is the Chickahominy Tribe. I always thought this picture was very interesting when I saw them. I'm like, wow. I mean, like, yeah, they got long hair, but I don't know, like the person right here all the way to the right, he looks like somebody I went to school with in Boston, you know? And he was Haitian. All right, so this is the Chickahominy Tribe and people. All right. Try to speed it up here. We got a Jicarilla Apache man. Over to the left, we got a Jay Eagle. He's a Sioux. And we got an unknown Kawija Indian man. A Kawija Indian. This is in California, I believe. Over to the west coast. All right, so this Sioux brother right here, Jay Eagle. Jay Eagle, that's his rap name. Jay Eagle, no stuff. But you see where you get these names from? That's his Jay Eagle. Snoop Dogg, Jay Eagle D, Jay Eagle Swizzle. All right, Jay Eagle with the look. Look at that look he got. All right, we got a Jicarilla Apache man here. His weapons, his sword. Is that a katana sword he got there or something? Or bow and arrow? That's his bow. A lot of these people had katana swords, Japanese fighting samurai swords. That's a whole build we're gonna do one day on that. And we got a brother right here, indigenous brother from California, a Kawija man. Agua Caliente Cultural Museum. All right, I didn't colorize this brother like this. That's what the software did. You can't call him a Mongol. He's all the way up in California. Jay Eagle D. Jay Eagle. Jay Eagle's like, yeah, remember me. Jay Eagle. He's like, no, I don't want to sit the way you want me to sit. I'm going to pull the chair backwards and I'm going to sit like this. All right? This is how I want the picture like. And he got the fringes on the chair too. He's like, make sure you get the fringes on the chair. Shalom. Much love and respect to all the good people out there that I've learned from. 432 the drop, con drop. To the family out there, all the Dracons out there, 9 Spiral, Joseph, Dizzle 50, all of you guys out there. Type Battle, Anu, Kiowa, Open Miha, Wanagi, the brothers, they build with me all the time. Rather Miss Prince and all the ones that have been following me for a long time. UBTV, great videos, man. Great videos, man. The True Old World, Egypt and America, you already know. Much love and respect to everybody preaching positive stuff out there too. And, you know, helping people with their genealogy. As long as your heart is good, I rock with you. If you got good intentions, I rock with you. you know. So, as long as nothing personal my way, I never got anything bad or against to say to anybody else. So much love to all the YouTubers out there, all the big channels out there who got a large following in this community. Much love and respect to you. I'm talking about Phoenix, Top Cats, everybody, Big Judah, doing big things out there. Tasha, thanks for all the, comments and everything. And again, not personal against anybody. And all the haters, yeah, they're there. I guess we always need haters. All right, so again, you got a good heart, then I rock with you. You got a preconceived opinion that turns into hate, I might not rock with you. If you're gonna be prejudiced without no proof. We got medicine now, Chickahominy Tribe. Oh yeah, shout out to Rhonda, Mama Terra, Rhonda out there. Great build yesterday. Yeah, Mama Terra, Universe. Medicine Now, Chickahominy Tribe, Medicine Now. We had another picture of Medicine Now. Great picture of him in a previous video, preview part of this. Medicine Now. Copper Colored Tribes of America. All right, we can't forget, can't generalize and stereotype people. Yeah, we got a Skitswish Coeur d'Alene Indian couple, the Coeur d'Alene tribe. Ever heard of them? Andrew and Elizabeth Umas. They're pictured in their ceremonial dress on horseback in Idaho. Up there in Idaho. And then we got on the right, All Wolf Crow Indian, 1910. Shalom, respect, much love to everybody in the chat. Thank you for being here and tuning in. Make sure you hit like and share. All right, much love and respect to FRC, brother. I'm glad you're here. You're meant to be here. Much love and respect to you, brother. FRC. We're gonna zoom into the Coeur d'Alene elders right here. Andrew and Elizabeth Umas from Idaho and their horses. All right. Indigenous people in Idaho. Melanated indigenous people in Idaho, very melanated. Grandma, abuelita, she don't play. Grandma don't play. She's on her horse. She looking mean like, what you, these two, like, what are they looking at? Like, are they really taking a picture of us? They want us to smile? Wait, they want us to smile after they removed us, took all our land and heritage? They want us to smile? She's like, what? She don't play. All right, Mama Yumas, Papa Yumas and Mama Yumas, Abuelita and Abuelito. On their ceremonial dress with their fringes all over. In Idaho. And you thought Idaho was the boonies out there. No melanated people. And then we got Old Wolf, a Crow Indian. Old Wolf on his horse. Old Wolf, Crow Indian. We're gonna play it back. And again, we all saw how I do the colorization. Don't blame me, blame myheritage.com. Huh, giving them a lot of sponsorship. They ain't even paying me. We got Mashpee Wampanoag women right here on the left, Massachusetts, Mashpee, Massachusetts. And then we got Old Tonkawa woman, the Tonkawa people, Mary Richards, 1898. Mary Richards, 1898. She ain't got nothing to smile about either. Got Winnipeg Jack here in his horse. Winnipeg Jack is the Blackfoot. He's a Blackfoot Indian, original Canadian Mountie. One of the first Canadian Mounties. Did you know they were using Indians? They were the first Mounties. The American Indians were the first Canadian Mounties. Of course, it was the Indians. They were the ones who knew the land. They was the ones who can find somebody and scout somebody, trail somebody. They were the ones watching the frontiers and watching the border. Winnipeg Jack, Blackfoot Indian. All right, we've seen other images of him in previous videos with his katana sword. Yeah, he had a famous sword. It's a mystery how he got it. But dodge to hijack, America's a true old world. We got some Sioux chief and his men on a horse. They could also possibly be chiefs, but they're taking a very majestic picture here, very melanated. These are dark-skinned individuals, you know, copper-colored tribes of America. This picture was very small, very grainy, so I had to up the resolution. I make it a little bigger, and when I colorized it, this is what came out. This was awesome. Very nice picture. You can see the grass, you see a little bit of the sky. The white horse, look at their complexion next to the white horse. All right. And no, we're not talking about just complexion here though. We got Kelcook, a well-known sock and fox chief over here in the left, with his bear claws, right? Around him. The sock and fox chief. That's why I said earlier that that young man might be a sock and fox because of the way they always wore this around their neck. All right, and then on the right we have Kadohadacho, a Washita native, Washita native. All right. Wakanda forever. Why do you think they had that on the Wakanda guy? And the Black Panther. Washita. Strong possibility. But is it indigenous? Over to the left, we got Lotsubelo. She's a Quilcene woman or Quilcini woman. That's in the West Coast. All right, she's in the West Coast. And on the right, we got a Shinnecock woman from New York, Long Island, New York. ODB's people again. All right, let's get a close-up of both of them. All right, so the Shinnecock lady is a little lighter than her, right? Remember, they redden a little bit. You know, they're a little darker, both of them. But as you can see in general. So you're gonna call her Mongol too? You're gonna call her Mongol just because they don't look like what you want them to look like? Lotsubelo Quilcene woman. Hey, 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 hey. Much love and respect to everybody tuned in out there. All right, let's continue. We got the Mashpee Wampanoag here in Cape Cod, 1929. The colorizing didn't go as well. There was like some stain on the, or there was like some discoloration from the original picture. But as you can see in general, you can see how they got a little purplish, bluish tint on it, but let's just zoom into so you guys can get it. All right, the Mashpee Wampanoag in Massachusetts. All right, see the guy with the swastika, but it's not the swastika. That symbol was here way before the Nazis had it. All right. You can even see the diversity among them. Again, remember, a lot of these people are darker in person. It's just the way that colorized it a little like purplish, reddish. But even though, we got to get off the prejudice, preconceived opinions of what people are supposed to look like. Remember, a lot of these people are in the Northeast. It's cold up there a lot of the time. And they got a lot of woods, right? Woodlands, wood, a lot of shade. Woodlands, eastern woodlands, woodlands. All right. Either way, anything we got judgmental, unless we can prove it as a preconceived opinion, a prejudice. And even if they have a lot of mixture already by remember this is 1929, they're all family and they're a tribe. You can't tell anybody in here that they're not the same people. Like, don't tell any of these three brothers in the front that that's not their people. The light-skinned ones or any ones that you would consider not their people. You know? That would be very disrespectful to him. And I bet you he'll have something to say to you. Yeah, Kiowa. Unfortunately, Eastern Woodland is not in Asia. It's okay. A lot of people get that wrong. The Eastern Woodland is in the eastern part of the United States, right? Mostly east of the Mississippi. It's not just the southeast, also the northeast. So most of anything east of the Mississippi is considered Eastern Woodlands. Much love and respect, Ryder Prince, and everybody who's been donating. Sorry if I missed anybody. Much love and respect, brother. The 4 wind symbol. That's what I'm saying. The 4 winds, the 4 people, the 4 corners, the swastika, right? All right. And we just got 2 more images to go. Just going to share this one real quick. It's in another folder. Here we go. So right here, I got a couple more of the Caribs. I'm going to have a lot more of this. Start looking for pictures from these areas. It's very hard, you know, but yeah, I got this from actually in a book. This was in a book in the archive.org. Picture, and it's stating here, Caribs at home preparing cassava according to the primitive methods in St. Vincent in the Caribbean. That's on the left. On the right, we got an Apache chief, Costelitos, with his wife Teresita, and an unidentified Black Seminole woman. A Black Seminole, so-called Black Seminole. All right, so let's zoom in to the Caribs first, the Carib people. See, she got a little long hair. So is she a Mongol? But her rest of the people not? You get what I'm saying? She's not, because she got the braids. So these are all family. These are the Caribs in St. Vincent. A lot of pictures coming out of St. Vincent of the Caribs, or so-called Black Caribs. All I see is really dark people, even the ones that have long hair. So these are Caribs preparing cassava, the yucca plant, the root, cassava. All right. In St. Vincent. Then we got Chief Costelitos and his wife Teresita. All right. And they are Apache. Apache. These are Apache. All right. And then it says an unidentified black Seminole woman, a Seminole, black Seminole woman over to the right. And I got this from an archive website. So if you like to Google Apache Chief Costelitos with wife Teresita and unidentified blacks, go ahead. Be my guest. And again, I ain't painting anybody dark skin. Did I paint these people dark skin? Oh, did I paint the black Seminole dark skin? Because, oh, not her, Kurimeo, because we know there was black Seminole. So I know you didn't paint her. No, I didn't paint any of them. Blame the software. Go beef with myheritage.com. And hey, your software sucks. It's painting Mongols black. That's not right. Go beef with them, with their technology. Yeah, you gotta kill the prejudice, the preconceived opinions, and the hate. All right. And this is the last picture. This is basically the thumbnail of the video. You know, I have a lot more, but I just want to, you're getting too long and I have to go ahead and get out of here. But this is the last picture right here. We got a Seminole boy and a girl over to the left. We got a Chickasaw boy in the middle. And we got a Ute boy before 1920 over to the right. All right, so let's zoom in. Chickasaw. So most people will be happy to see this, and they won't dare to call him a Mongol because a lot of their parents or grandmas are Chickasaw, right? And he looks, you know, dark skin and everything. This is a picture they use a lot in the internet. So I was like, oh, let me colorize this one and see what he turns out to look like. And as you can see, everybody was right? So-called black too. What's the difference between the Ute boy and the Chickasaw boy and complexion? You calling him a Mongol, and he's a Negro, right? To you, according to you. And the Seminole boy, well, you might doubt his sister a little bit, but hey, all of them indigenous people, all of them American indigenous people, none of them Mongols, none of them so-called black, right? Children, right? Children who act more mature than adults. Children who act more mature than adults. All right. So that brings us to the end today, and I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope not just about you know, getting these images and seeing them colorized and stuff, but also the message that I was trying to relay throughout the whole video. And you know, if you really have something you disagree with, you know, you can contact me. You can talk in private. I do private conferences all the time. I might invite somebody to come join me so we can discuss and build. But you know, if you got anything, concerns or any confusions supposedly that I'm causing you, you can contact me anytime, you know, and I'll be willing to answer. I try to answer almost every message, every email, almost every request to meet. You know, I don't say no to anybody. I do this every week, and you can ask about me. Don't just assume, you know, don't just hear what people are saying and without any proof. Again, preconceived opinions, prejudices. All right. So, you know, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I got a lot more images coming. You know, there's so many, and they're going to release a lot more. And again, let's not generalize. So I'm not saying in general to any way. We have to do the research on each individual, case by case. Everybody has a different story, different genealogy. You know, at one point, you know, yeah, there was a general copper-colored majority in the world. So, you know, we can't generalize. That's what I'm saying. We can't just blame one people, one complexion for everything. You know, it's like going backwards. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I leave you here with the, you know, these children right here to remind you these children. You got children, right? The future. It's all about the future, man. We gotta teach love, not hate. You know, unity, working together, understanding, trying to get along. If we get to the point where people don't want to get along, yeah, you deal with it. But even that, the way they deal with war today is not the right way, right? And I hope you guys saw my ancient sports videos. You saw how they dealt with war. They were playing ball games to deal with their beef. They had ball games when they had beef. That's how they settled things, ball games. All right? And it is all about the future. So, you know, Shalom to the Shabbatah, the tribe, the Shabbatah, the Shalom, peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. Shabbat Shalom, you know? That means blessings, blessed Saturday, Sabbath, man. Peace and love on this Friday evening going into Saturday. Hope you guys enjoy your day today. Friday, good day. Hopefully no hate comes out later on. It brings you back into a bad vibe. Let's keep the vibes up. You know, we've been very positive in those last couple of hours right now. All right. Let me just try to put sign on. That was this. So we're gonna end it with this tune. But again, once again, thanks for being here. Much love and respect to everybody. If you'd like to support me in any way, you can check the description of my videos and how you can donate or support in any way. You know, for me, it's not really about that, but a lot of people ask me. And I do give out a lot of stuff there, some free books, free images, and all that stuff. And once again, much love to all my Patreons. I appreciate you guys every month. You know, appreciate a lot, really a lot. And don't think I forget who's in there and who's not in there. And you know, I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys sticking around. And anybody who even can afford to help me out, I don't care about that. As long as you're here learning, and not being hateful, not having preconceived opinions without being able to prove them. All right. And don't call this Ute boy a Mongol. I don't think you say it to his face. I think you'd be scared to tell him in his face that he's a Mongol. He might throw an arrow at you, or he might scalp you. This guy might scalp. He's definitely gonna throw an arrow at you. He's like, you calling my people Mongols? Wait, I got long hair. What is it? What do you mean? All right, be careful. You children don't play. All right, Hawa. Much love and respect. Pura vida, mi gente. Pura vida. Pure life. Pure life. Peace and love. And whatever happens, be strong. Whatever's coming our way, be strong. The Great Spirit got our back. Great Spirit, the Most High got our back. Be strong. Hawa.